So recently, GAN reached out to me and asked if I wanted to test out the new GAN 15 for some reason. Now, to be clear, I have not actually liked GAN 3x3s since around the release of the GAN 12. I actually really haven't liked them. But I said yes anyways, because I'm not going to turn down a free 3x3. Are you crazy? Fast forward a few weeks, and I got the cubes in the mail. That's right, cubes. They sent 2 of them for some reason. Now, I tried to go into this cube with an open mind. I thought, maybe this 3x3 will be the one that finally changes my mind on the modern GAN 3x3s. Maybe I'll like this cube. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. At all. I actually really dislike this cube. Like, I don't like it. And honestly, I'm kind of mad about it. It's not just that I dislike how it feels, it just performs poorly. I try to solve well on it, but I just can't do it consistently. There's many cubes that I don't really like how they feel, but I could still use them in competition and do about the same as I normally would. This cube is not one of those cubes. I'd have to get like 100 likes to even consider using it in competition. And I know, some people do worse on certain cubes. That's normal. Not everyone has the same turning style, and my turning style doesn't fit modern GAN cubes. But even outside of solves, this cube just performs poorly. Even when just trying to corner cut 45 degrees, it struggles sometimes. That's just insane for a 2024 flagship. So I've been cubing for about a decade now, and for much of that time, GAN has been widely considered to be one of the highest quality and most innovative cube manufacturers out there. But these past few years, when it comes to their 3x3s, it just feels like the same thing over and over and over. And I'm kind of getting sick of it. Let's go back in time a little bit to 2021, to the release of that year's GAN flagship 3x3, the GAN 12. Now, I know a lot of people like and still use this cube, including a lot of their sponsors. But I tried it back then, and I've tried it many times since. And I honestly I dislike it. I think it feels bad, and I think it performs poorly. The plastic feels thin, it's pretty locky for me and a lot of other people, and it costs, what, $50? And that's how much it costs now. It cost even more when it released. Wait a second. How much does the GAN 15 cost? $70. $70? This cube costs $70. A cube that can barely corner cut 45 degrees, that feels thin and cheap, and has barely changed at all since 2021, costs $70. I could get nearly 2 full tanks of gas with that much money. In California. There is no good reason that this 3x3, let alone any 3x3, should cost $70. Why does a $15 cube from a different manufacturer feel higher quality and have better performance than a cube that is nearly 5 times its price? That is absurd. Now, I know I've been comparing the 15 to the 12 and all the other releases since then, but I want to make it very clear that I don't actually own a 12. I've never owned a 12, I've never owned a 13, I've never owned a 14. In fact, the next most recent release I have from GAN is the GAN 11. And while I do think the GAN 11 is better than the releases that came after it, I also think it falls short of some of the releases that came before it. While the plastic feels less thin and cheap than the cubes that came after it, it's still thin enough that on mine, one of my centers collapsed. I can't use the cube anymore. The center collapsed. Now, I know I've been yelling about this cube for a few minutes now, and you're probably asking, well, why do you care so much? If you don't like the cube, just don't use it. And those are all completely valid. I just think it's sad that the brand known for innovation and high quality in their 3x3s has seemingly lost touch with both of those things. I remember in, 2016, when the first ever GAN Air came out, people were mind blown. It was so light, it performed so well.
Hi, editor's note real quick. Looking back, I think I may have been exaggerating on this a little bit.
I was one of those people. It was really a step up in hardware. But I just can't get over the lack of quality in their new 3x3s. What happened? Now, I do want to mention that some of their non-3x3 puzzles are still pretty spectacular. Their 2x2 is one of the best on the market. Their Scube has pretty much led the market for several years now, and their recently released 5x5 is pretty phenomenal. But in my opinion, their recent 3x3s are just terrible, and I don't think it's just me. I mean, even the fastest cuber in the world just switched away from GAN. Okay, I know you may be wondering, what's the point of this video? What am I trying to accomplish with this? And the answer to that is absolutely nothing. There's no goal. I'm just mad and wanted to kind of yell at a camera. Can you blame me? If you like this video, subscribe down below. If you thought it was good, leave a comment too. I'm thinking about doing more videos where I actually put time and effort into them, so I'd appreciate any feedback you have. And if you thought everything I said today was stupid and you hate me and GAN cubes are the best and I don't know what I'm talking about, leave a comment too. I do still want to hear from you. All right, that's about it for this video. Anyways, bye.
Okay, sometimes I can solve well.